right onto I-25 toward Pueblo.
I would say good morning, but it hasn't been a very good morning. We're just leaving the Circle K at exit 74. Had a bit of an electrical issue that ate up about an hour and a half of my day, which I don't have that time to spare. Really don't have that time to spare. But managed to, with the help from the office, from the shop, back at headquarters, we got a temporary workaround. Inside the batter box here on this Peterbilt 389, a 2020 Peterbilt 389, with an APU and inverter and all that jazz. There's 3 batteries in the battery box. There's 2 fuses on the very back wall of that. There's a fuse on the right side of that box, right outside the driver's door for the steps. Testing all the fuses I can test as I was directed to do. The batteries were fine, but this one fuse, they're calling it a mega fuse. It's a big, thick slab of metal. We eventually got to bypassing that, and as soon as that was bypassed, it fired right up. Now, if I were a Peterbilt mechanic, if I was a truck mechanic, if I was an automotive engineer, whatever, I probably could have found that out a lot faster. But I'm not. I have never had any real interest to be. I mean, I can do something. But that just cost, well, about an hour and a half, minimum. Add that to the distance I got to go today. Add that to the stupid detours I have to take here in Colorado. So, like I said, we're going to get past, we're a little bit south of Pueblo. Get up to Pueblo, we're going to get up to Fountain. So about 50 miles up the road, we got a detour around the east side of Fountain and through Fountain. Colorado Springs. Yep. Fountain, Colorado Springs. For some stupid reason, we're being detoured off of I-25. We have another detour we have to take up near Denver. So that just adds even more time. I have to stop and get some fuel because I am running really low. That takes time to do that. It's just a pain thing that's any kind of help today. It's a little bit flatter where I am on I-25. And we got out of the mountains. I mean, we came through the Raton Pass. You know, we have a little bit of hills, but nothing that's going to slow us down too much. As far as, you know, the lay of the land is concerned. But we got to deal with red lights, we got to deal with stop signs, we got to deal with city traffic today. We got to deal with lots of turns. You know, here in Fountain, Colorado Springs, and up near Denver, we got to get off 25. We got to get over to the east. We got to come back on 70. We got to get onto 270 Vasquez Road. Take that up northeast. Eventually get up to Colorado 14. Take that back to I-25. Then we can get up to Wyoming. I have a clearance number for Wyoming. Thank goodness. I put that in last night. I still have time to get to the, there's a TA, was it I don't think it's Rock Springs. It's something Springs. I think it's probably Rock Springs. Over off of US 18 in South Dakota. I have my South Dakota permit, I have my Iowa permit. So those things are not going to be an issue. I still have 37 hours on my clock for the week. I've only done 47 miles so far today. I spent more time waiting to try to get repaired, at least a temporary fix, than I have been driving today. The way station there in Trinidad, not an issue. Starkville, Trinidad, whatever you want to call it. They're at X11, no problem. It was open, ran over the scales. They said, thank you, I rolled. A lot of rough road between Starkville, Trinidad, and up here to Abbey Road, here at the Circle K south of Pueblo. I don't know, I think they still consider that part of Pueblo, but whatever. So now, I also need to make a pit stop to get to a Peterbilt shop, a Peterbilt dealer or whatever, some kind of shop that has our national account with, you know, under there, and has the fuse I need. I mean, that's just 2 bolts, 2 wires, 1 fuse. Take off my jump, take off the old fuse, put the new fuse in there, put the bolts back on, put the connections back on both sides, put both washers and nuts back on. We should be good to go. We should be. I mean, hopefully. But I'm already under a time crunch with this load to get it on this next week's paycheck. I mean, I have all the rest of today to drive. I have all Saturday to drive. I mean, today we're going to get into South Dakota. It's either stop at the TA, there, like I said, at 18 and, what is it, South Dakota 39, I think it is, something like that. Rock Springs or something. I forget what the name of the town is, but there's a TA there. We we can stop there. 30 miles further down the road is a casino called Prairie Creek, Prairie Wind. I think it's Prairie Wind. My memory is a little bit jumbled right now because I got a boogie. I got to concentrate on the road. But if I contacted that casino last night and said, hey, do you allow truck parking there overnight? The gentleman I spoke to, the floor manager, said yes. Stay on the north side of the property up near the white tent. I said, thank you very much. So that's another 30 minutes, 30 miles down the road. If I can do that today, fingers crossed, I can get into Iowa tomorrow. That's like about 660 miles to get to
Narrow road ahead.
DeSoto, Iowa. At the Quick Trip there in DeSoto, Iowa, on I-80. If I can get there tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, if I have zero problems, zero slowdowns, if I do all my timing just right, I can make it there. I will not have to drive on Sunday. But like I said, the things that's going to hold me up are going to be my 30-minute breaks. That's holding me up. Having to stop for fuel. Any detour off the main highway where I have to add miles and time. Any curfews, which I really don't have any more curfew sections of highway where I just have start time and ending time. But as long as I can get into South Dakota today, like I said, I got to get through the rest of Colorado with, like I said, a detour here at Fountain, Colorado Springs, another detour up at Denver. I have my clearance number to go into Wyoming to the port of entry at Cheyenne on I-80, I-25. Then from the border to the port of entry up to exit 126, which is US 18. We're going to take US 18 east, then north, and east again into South Dakota. So I have to enter South Dakota on US 18. That's where my South Dakota permit's at. Then once I get there, then we work our way mainly on US 18, very far east, and then get onto I-90, then down into I-29, into Iowa. Then we got 29, 880, 80. We got 65 and local 341, I believe it is. That'll get us where we need to go. But I really need to have this done before 11 o'clock on Monday. And if I have to drive on Sunday, I will. You know, I'm not a fan of doing that. I want to reset my clock Saturday and Sunday into Monday. That way, the rest of next week isn't going to get screwed up. And why Colorado couldn't let me just stay on I-25 straight through. It would have been an easy 4.5 hours straight up the road. Just about half an hour up here to my first turn into Fountain, Colorado. Got to get up on US 85, Colorado 16, Colorado 21. On US 24, and that'll take us back on over to I-25. Then we take that north again up to exit 200. There, that's I-225. That'll take us up to I-70, I-270, onto Vasquez Road, to I-76, to I-85. That takes us all the way up towards Greeley. You turn left on, or turn right onto US 34, turn back onto I-85. That takes us up to Colorado 14. Then that takes us back to I-25, then bam into Wyoming. So a lot of back roading kind of crap that I really, normally I wouldn't mind. Normally, I would not mind.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
But today, this trip, it's not desirable. I mean, it's bad enough already that I had to skip. I can't just, get up here to, on one of these back roads to head over to Lyman here in Colorado. And then straight out through Kansas to Kansas City, and then beep up, get on the I-35 straight up to Des Moines, back, get past Des Moines, I-35 north up to Ames. And then bam, straight out east, right to Colo. Unfortunately, I can't do that. Oklahoma won't let me in the state. Nebraska won't let me in the state. Kansas won't let me in the state. Way to go, stupid. I hate these rough roads. Rough roads are bad enough in a truck. When you got a really heavy load on only 5 axles. We're getting to pushing the limits of what the truck and the trailer can handle with only 5 axles. Rough roads are not helping.